Hey Dragon Slayers. Today's video is about my current diet and exercise routine as of March 8th, 2023. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel out. So basically right now, my A1C is still 5.7. So I'm still, at that like borderline range between pre-diabetic and non-diabetic. I am much more insulin sensitive than I have been in the past, and that's largely due to lifestyle changes. I've still taken zero medication, no metformin, no injectable insulin, and I'm doing everything all natural with diet and exercise alone. So my diet has been pretty lax, I would say, in the past 3 or 4 months. Because I am more insulin sensitive now, I've really been enjoying eating more carbs. And by more carbs, I mean, anywhere from 50 to 100 grams on average, and not even necessarily every day. I probably have carbs 4 to 5 times a week, and I generally don't cross the 100-gram threshold. So I would say I went from like a no carb carnivore ish diet to more of a pretty low carb diet. But I only eat the carbs that I really want to eat when I really want to eat them. So one of my favorite things in the world is popcorn. And I know that popcorn has zero nutritional value, but it's so darn delicious to me. There's a movie theater near where I live, and I only go to the movies about once a month on average, sometimes less frequently than that. But every time I go, I have to get the popcorn. It is so incredibly good. And I think about health kind of how I think about finances. When you're drowning in debt and you just are making, maybe you have a low income, it's not wise to get more debt or to spend unnecessary money because you're in a bad place financially. Much like with your health, if you're wherever you are in your journey, if you're just beginning your journey, your A1C is really high, above 7 or 8, you should be more militant and more diligent until you can get it down below 6 for sure. And then you can kind of play it by ear, right? You really don't want your A1C going above 6. I mean, ideally, you want to keep it in the low fives, which is still my end goal that I'm working towards. But I don't feel the same veracity and tenacity that I did before because, when I started this journey back at the end of 2018, I had an A1C of 12.3. I was sick and dying, and I needed to make radical changes. So now I've kind of slipped into a more lax lifestyle. I still monitor my blood sugar constantly to make sure that I'm within a decent range. No matter what I eat nowadays, it almost never gets above like 170 to 180 ish. That's on the high end. That's if I have a really high carb day. Maybe once every other month or so, I'll have 3 or 400 carbs at one setting, but very rarely do I do that. But I am trying. So at the beginning of the year, I decided that I wanted to be more active. And since around mid December of last year until now, I've walked every single day. I do a minimum of about 7.5 miles a day, a maximum of anywhere between 11 to 12 miles a day. So I do a lot of walking. And now I want to incorporate more consistent strength training. So I actually cut back my walking a bit. Now I try to do a minimum of about 3 to 4 miles a day walking. That front of my neighborhood and back is 2.25 miles. So if I do that once plus my normal life, it takes me about 50 minutes. I can easily get in 3 plus miles of walking. So it's not as hard as you think. You just kind of have to plan for it. And so I walk between meetings. When I do go to the gym, I'm constantly walking. So on the lowest end, I typically get around 5 plus miles a day, but I'm still averaging about anywhere between 5 to 7 miles a day. I try to lift weights 3 days a week because, as I have found out recently, weightlifting is one of the best ways, aside from diet, to increase insulin sensitivity and lower your A1C numbers and improve all your markers. So I'm really taking a priority on weightlifting now. I'm going to try and lift weights every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This is my second week, so far so good. I do have to go out of town, so if I don't have access to weights, I'll do some sort of calisthenic exercises just to make sure that I'm working my full body to keep trying to improve insulin sensitivity. And that's pretty much where I am right now. And I've got so much more content coming you guys' way. And I can't wait for it to dig into the next series. That's going to be How to Fast Like a Girl by Mindy Peltz. And that's what I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel out. And remember, guys, that together, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes dragon.